Hi, today I'll be talking to you about investing money, in particular calculating the future value of compound interest and the present value. Compound interest is when your interest earns interest. So compounding means on itself, and so this is different to simple interest because you only earn interest on the principal. But in compound interest, the interest that you earn is added to your principal, and the total amount is used to calculate your next set of interest. And we have here the formula. The amount is going to be the principal multiplied by 1 plus r, which is your rate, to the power of the number of periods. So that's the basic formula. Another way of looking at it is FV stands for future value and PV stands for present value. So your future value of your investment or loan is going to be your present value, which is your principal, multiplied by that 1 plus r to the n. So when you're calculating your compound interest, that's not the total amount, this is just the interest. We look at the amount, take away the principal, or in other words, the future value subtracting the present value. Here's an example. How much more interest is earned on a $30,000 investment? Underline that. If the interest is at 6% per annum, which means for every year, and this is compounded annually over 6 years, compared to simple interest over the same time and same rate. So let's first calculate the compound interest, and the formula is P times 1 plus r to the n. And to fill out those details, the principal was $30,000. Your rate is 6% or 0.06 in decimal form, and the number of periods is 6. So I'm going to raise that to the power of 6. In the calculator, that will come out to be about $42,555 and 57 cents. So that is how much the compound interest is worth. The compounded amount is worth. The simple amount, so I'll just write subscript simple here. Again, the formula is P plus PRN. So this amount here is just your interest, and this amount here is your principal, and we're looking at the total amount, not just the interest, but the total amount, so we have to add them. Again, filling out those pieces of information. Here the rate is 0.06 again, and the term is still 6 years. The amount should come to $40,800. Now it's asking us to compare and how much more interest is earned. So what we need to do now is we take the compounded amount, and we're going to subtract the simple amount, and what we will get is $42,555.57 cents, and we're going to take away our $40,800, and this should come out to be about $1,755.53 or 57, and that is how we compare the amount of interest. So what we can see here is the compounded amount is more, and that is good. So remember that the amount of interest you earn also earns interest, so it makes sense for the compounded amount to be more than the simple. Here's another example. Sam invests $80,000 for 2 years. Which is a better investment and why? So we have two investments. The first one is simple interest at 4%. The second is compound interest at 4%. So going by the result from last example, we should have investment 2 being better because it is compounded as opposed to investment 1 simple. So our working out will be very similar. The compounded amount, again the formula, P times 1 plus r to the n. Filling out those details, we get 1 plus 0.04, 4% in decimal form, and we will get $80,000 times by 1 plus 0.04 squared, because there's 2 years, will be $86,528. Now the simple amount is the same formula from before, P plus PRN. PRN is just the interest earned, and we need to add that to the principal to find the total amount. And in the calculator, if you put in 80,000 plus 80,000 times by 0.04 times by 2, you should end up with 86,400. So investment 2 is better by $128.